In a further weakening of the nation, car giant Holden will axe more than 500 jobs by the end of next year with the closure of its four-cylinder Fishermans Bend engine plant. The company announced yesterday it would cease production of its 27-year-old Family 2 engine, which is exported to China, Thailand and Korea. The move came a day after the Productivity Commission called for an auto industry support to be slashed, saying Australia could afford to lose one of its major car manufacturers. The company's $400 million V6 plant is unaffected by the decision. So, here we have, again, another major car company in the country calling it quits, or part of what they do, calling it quits, on top of the Mitsubishi closure in Adelaide about a month ago. So, what did we hear from the government? You would think that someone would have said something. So we go to the Trade Commissioner, Simon Crean. Nothing. Julia Gillard, the Employment Minister. Nothing. Surely the Treasurer must have had something to say on the subject. No, nothing there. Well, if none of the other ministers will say anything, surely it must be up to Kate Rudd. Surely Kevin's got something to say. You know, they surely must have walked into the advisors and said, well, what do we say? They would have said, nothing. But what do you mean we don't say anything? Surely the media want me to say something. Yeah, but we're saying nothing. What do you mean we're saying nothing? We're just not talking about it. That's what we're going to do. That's our strategy. We're not talking about it. It reminds me of that George Costanza skit in Seinfeld when he says to Jerry about lying. He said, it's not a lie unless you believe it. So maybe if we don't talk about it, it never really happened. That's what we're going to do. Amazing. So 500 more people, probably mostly Kevin Rudd voters, have now lost their job. The weakening continues. And about a month and a half ago, one thing I didn't report on, but I was going to, was that Steve Bracks, and most call him the Mirror Man. And the reason why he's called the Mirror Man, Steve Bracks rode into state premiership on the back of Jeff Kennett's hard work, and every hard decision that had to be made, Steve Bracks would say he'd look into it, hence the tag, the Mirror Man. Anyway, the Mirror Man has been appointed as the Supremo of the federal government's review of the automotive industry, okay? And it's probably a trade-off because he stalled the Murray Water $10 billion Howard Water Plan last year. So, you know, it's payback now, boys. I want a job. So they've given him this job, and this is what Steve Bracks, a guy who was renowned for doing nothing, had to say in relation to Australia's car manufacturing industry. And I quote, Australia should stick to building big cars. This industry is going through radical changes. The world is downsizing, and here we have the Mirror Man saying Australia should stick to building big cars. It would be very difficult to simply replicate and compete with other countries that already build a small car platform and is having a return on their investment. In essence, we need to look at the niche. Goodness gracious. The weakening continues.